let's get into it. Today, we're covering the top 7 key facts about Ludwig van Beethoven's life and legacy. Welcome to Cliff Notes 7 to Know. I'm Cliff Notes. In simpler terms, 7 sharp facts, 0 fluff, and by the end, you'll feel ready for any quiz on Beethoven. Buckle up for a Beethoven blitz of brilliance. Fact number 1. Beethoven, baptized December 1770, became the central bridge from the classical era to early Romantic music. Think about it this way. He takes the clean architecture of Haydn and Mozart and stretches it with bold emotion and bigger structures. Symphonies, sonatas, quartets that push the envelope. Here's the key point. His approach set new expectations for what instrumental music could express. Quick check. When was Beethoven baptized? Correct answer. December 1770. Memory aid. December 1770, Beethoven's music turned the key. Alright, next up, fact number 2. He moved from Bonn to Vienna in November 1792 to study, notably with Haydn, and quickly made a name as a virtuoso pianist and improviser. From a practical angle, Vienna was the big league. Salon showdowns, dazzling improvisations, and those Opus 1 piano trios built his rep with powerful patrons. The big idea is, the move to Vienna put him in the room where it happens. Pop quiz. To which city did Beethoven move in 1792? Correct answer, Vienna. Memory aid. 1792, Vienna's view. Let's keep it going with fact number 3. His hearing loss began around 1798 and worsened, but here's where it gets interesting. He never became totally deaf. He could still catch low tones and sudden loud sounds. He used ear trumpets and later conversation books. Yet during this decline, the music grows more daring, which tells you his inner ear. His imagination was fierce. Test time. What year did Beethoven's hearing loss begin? Correct answer, around 1798. Memory aid. 1798, sound fate. Now, let's shift gears to fact number 4. In 1802, he wrote the Heiligenstadt Testament, an unsent letter laying bare despair over deafness and a vow to live for art. Here's the deal. That pivot powers his so-called heroic period. Big forms, bold gestures, struggle and triumph baked into the music. Question check. What did Beethoven write in 1802 that marked a turning point in his life? Weiss, correct answer, the Heiligenstadt Testament. Memory aid, Heiligenstadt's Testament, Beethoven's sentiment. On to the next point, fact number 5. The Eroica Symphony, composed 1803 to 1804, shattered symphonic norms with its scale and scope. He initially dedicated it to Bonaparte, then tore up the dedication when Napoleon crowned himself emperor. In simpler terms, the symphony becomes a dramatic arena for human will, longer, tougher, more personal. Your turn. Which symphony was initially dedicated to Napoleon? Correct answer, the Eroica Symphony. Memory aid. Eroica's Roar, 1804. Let's move right along to fact number 6. The Ninth Symphony premiered in May 1824 and introduced a choral finale. Think about it this way. He rewires the symphony to include voices, turning instrumental music into a public, almost ceremonial statement, and future composers take note. Check yourself. What year did Beethoven's Ninth Symphony premiere? Correct answer, 1824. Memory aid, 1824, voices soar. Alright then, the 7th and final fact. Beethoven died in March 1827, and about 10,000 people joined the funeral procession. Here's the key point. His legacy is foundational. From symphonies and quartets to piano sonatas, he's the benchmark others measure against. Final check. When did Beethoven die? Correct answer, March 1827. Memory aid, March 1827, Beethoven to heaven. Quick recap, lock these in. When was Beethoven baptized? Correct answer, December 1770. To which city did he move in 1792? Correct answer, Vienna. What year did his hearing loss begin? Correct answer, around 1798. What did he write in 1802 that marked a turning point? Correct answer, the Heiligenstadt Testament. Which symphony was initially dedicated to Napoleon? Correct answer, the Eroica. What year did the 9th premiere? Correct answer, 1824. When did Beethoven die? Righteous. Correct answer, March 1827. You've got the top 7 facts down. With these key details, you're more than ready to ace that exam. Stay focused, trust your prep, and knock it out of the park. That's it for today. Keep this fresh in your mind.